guys, Mrs. McConnell again on your favourite YouTube channel. Last week, or the other day, I'm not sure when you would have done it, we read The Potato People by Pamela Allen, and this lesson we're going to look at some of the words, some of the vocabulary that we found in the story, and have a look and a bit of an explore about what the words mean and how we could use them in our own writing and speak. Okay, the first word we're going to look at is gradually. That's the word there. The word is gradually. Now I need to look at my notes here too to make sure I'm telling you the right information. Now in the book, on this page, it says, gradually the little potato people wrinkled and withered. Gradually their smiles drooped and twisted. Now, gradually is a word to describe something that happens little by little or over a period of time. So in the story, it actually took the potato people a long time to shrivel up. They didn't put them on the windowsill and find them the next morning all shriveled up. Jack had been gone for a long time and they gradually became wrinkled. They're all a bit pruny, aren't they? A bit wrinkled, a bit droopy. So an example of the word gradually when we use it in a sentence, we could say, gradually the water in the creek dried up. And we could use that if we were talking about a drought that we've just had last year. Gradually the river levels went down. Gradually, little by little or over a long time, the creeks dried up. Another one we could say is, after the car accident and many months in hospital, the lady had gradually healed from her injuries. It took her a long time to get better. Okay? What I'd like you to do is have a think about what is something that you might do gradually. You can start by saying gradually the something. So you can pause the video now and tell someone in your house a sentence or tell them about something that might happen gradually, something that might happen little by little. Have a go. Fantastic, I hope you had some really good ideas. If you like, you can put them on our Seesaw app, and I'd love to see some of the ideas or sentences you came up with using the word gradually and the other words we're going to do. So what's the word we use when we want to describe when something is happening little by little or over a long time? Yes, gradually. Well done. Our next word is droop. 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 It says here in the same sentence as the gradually. Gradually, the little potato people wrinkled and withered. Gradually, their smiles drooped and twisted. They were happy potato people over here, big smiles on their faces. But over here, when they become wrinkled and withered, their smiles have drooped, haven't they? Now, drooped is a word you can use to describe when something sinks or hangs down. So in the story, as the potatoes shriveled up, the people's mouths turned from a smile and a happy mouth to a sad mouth. They drooped, they started to sink down, they started to sag a little bit droopy. Okay. So, two sentence examples I can give you for the word droop is, the flowers drooped in the hot sun. I know if I forget to water my plants, they get very droopy and the leaves are all tipped over or floppy. Give them some water and they pick back up again. Another one is, her eyelids drooped because she was very tired. And I don't know about you, but I know my kids, when they're tired, their eyelids become droopy. They start to sink or hang down. Your job now, and you'll need to pause the video in a minute, is to tell someone in your house about something else that might droop. Now, usually in class we tell a talking buddy about this, but you're going to have to tell someone or something in your house. You might tell a teddy bear if there's no one around you. Okay? So have a think and come back in a minute. How did you go? Hope you went okay. So, what is the word that means to hang down or to sink or sag? That's it, droop. Well done. Our next word is exclaim. Okay? And in the story, Grandma, when she gets excited about something, says, tambourines and treacle tarts. There's Grandma, tambourines and treacle tarts, when she saw how high the potato plants had grown. Exclaimed is a word we use to describe when someone speaks or cries out suddenly or with strong feeling. So in the story, when Grandma saw how the potatoes had grown so big, she was so surprised she called out. She went, tambourines are treacle tarts. And we see that in our reading sometimes too. If something's exciting, we often see an exclamation mark at the end of the sentence instead of a full stop when someone's exclaiming. So what's the word? Exclaim. Now, I'll give you a couple of sentence examples here. Look, exclaimed John, and as he spoke, Grant lifted the grass from the big egg. Or another one might be, my mum suddenly exclaimed, and we ran to the window to see snow falling. I'd get pretty excited about that too, especially up here. So what's something that might make you exclaim? Go, wow, look. Something where you might be surprised. Again, have a think about it. Pause the video and tell someone in your house about something that made you exclaim. Okay, so what's the word we use when we're describing someone saying something loudly in surprise or sudden emotion if they cry out? Yes, exclaim. Well done. One more word. This word is gasp. Gasp. Now, gasp, reading my bits here again. Now, Grandma gasped when Jack came back. Remember, he'd been away for a very long time. There was a knock on the door. Jack came back. Jack, gasped Grandma. She was so happy and surprised to see him, wasn't she? So, gasp is a word we use when we use a sudden, loud intake of breath, like with an open mouth, because we're surprised, or if we're shocked, or if we're in pain. We might go, that really hurts. We're gasping in pain. So in the story, Grandma took a really big breath in when Jack walked in the door, and she hadn't seen him for so long, and she wasn't expecting to see him then either. Say the word with me. Gasp. Now a sentence we could use with the word gasp in it is, the boy gasped when he saw the snake. Another one could be, my mum gasped when she stepped into the icy water. I know I've been to the beach sometimes and it's been really cold, and I run in and I go, that's freezing. So have a think about what something else might be that has made you gasp or someone else gasp. Again, pause the video and tell someone in your house. What's the word we use when we're talking about a sudden intake of breath, when we use it in shock, pain or surprise? Gasp. Fantastic. I have a few questions for you. When we use the word, talking about the word gradually now, do you learn to read gradually? Have a think. When you came to school in kindergarten, were you able to read at the end of your very first week? Are you the best reader you can be right now? Or do you think reading might be a gradual process? We learn to read gradually. As we learn new sounds and new letters and new blends, we add them to all the words we know, and we add them to all the words we're able to read. So we actually learn gradually. It's not something we do really quickly. We have to work hard. Another question about the word gradually. If I threw a stone up in the air, would it come down gradually, or would it come down really quickly and hope not hit me on the head? I think it might come down very quickly. I don't think a stone would come down gradually. A parachute, or a skydiver with a parachute, might come down gradually. He doesn't jump out and crash to the ground. He comes down gradually because the parachute is slowing him down. Little by little, he'll get to the ground. Another one for drooped. Now here's our word droop. The word droop. Would a teacup on a table be droopy? Could it be floppy, droopy? Could it sag or hang down a little bit? And we talked about this before. If the leaves on a plant were hanging down, sagging and sinking a bit, would they be called droopy? What do you think? Get your thinking caps on. I want to see sweaty brains. The word exclaim. Would you exclaim if something gave you a big surprise? I think I would. I know sometimes if I see a snake or a goanna and it's near my house, I go, oh no, Mr. McConnell, quick, come and save me from the snake. And he usually comes out and he moves it further away into the bush. Or when my children decide in the dark to jump out and scare me in the hallway at my house. I go, oh my goodness, you can't do that. Because they've scared me and I had to exclaim. And the last one we're going to have a think about is gasp. Would you gasp if you saw a ghost? Or actually, why would someone gasp if they think they'd seen a ghost? I know if I thought I'd seen a ghost, I'd be gasping. I'm going, oh no! I'd be gasping and exclaiming. I don't know which one. Okay, your task for this activity is I want you to write in your workbook, and I want you to write the word gradually in your workbook. And you know how we do on our floor when we find all the words that mean gradually and we put them on sticky notes? I want you to do that in your workbook, just using your pencil. And I want you to write down all the words you can think of that might be the same as gradually, which means little by little, slowly. What was another one? You know, have a think. You might need a grown-up's help on this one, okay? But have a look, see what you can come up with. And when you've done it, post it on Seesaw so I can have a look and see what wonderful work you've done. I'm also going to post some questions on Seesaw for you for this activity. Okay, so you don't need to write them down if you don't want to, but you do need to talk to someone about them. Okay, maybe you could take a photo of yourself talking to someone in your family about these questions. If you want to write down your answers, take a photo and upload them to Seesaw. I would love to see them. What I would love more than anything is to see a photo of yourself doing some of your schoolwork. I would love to see it. But even more than that, I would just love to see a photo of your smiling face because I miss you all so much. I can't wait to see you all. All right, guys. Hope you've been working hard. I miss you all. Bye.